Hello and welcome to another cast by General Chekhov. This time we're going to be joining into a in-house game of the Reddit Dota 2 League. Um, I'm actually going to be captaining a team soon here, but currently this week we're just seeing a lot of in-house games between captains and players, so that players get to know each other, so the captains get to know each other, so that everyone knows who is who, and when the draft comes up, there's more information available for everybody. Um, so as you can see, we have a captain in here that's Nex and a bunch of players. I'm just waiting for Kiyono to load in. I think we are actually on the Europe West server, I believe, which is going to be a problem for Kiyono because he's PST. So this might have to restart the stream. Just gonna ask around. Okay, apparently they are going ahead with the game, even though Kiyono is going to be really laggy. Um, Just going into the drafting phase now. We're gonna see. It looks like 410 is going to be captaining the Radiant side, and next is going to be captaining the Dire side. Now we see the standard bans. We see a Life Stealer, Nyx Assassin, Wisp, and a Bad Rider. You're basically you see this like 5 games out of 10, especially in the non-pro circuit, especially when you don't know what the other team is going to go for. Um, so we don't really know what they're going to go for, but of course we do see a Keep It Light, very strong safe lane support hero. Probably going to see some setup hero coming out from the Radiant side, such as a Bane or anybody with a relatively long stun or a slow. Um, might see a Phantom Lancer come out, but I don't know. And as a Shadow Demon comes out in the Gyrocopter, very strong combo. You have the Shadow Demon disrupt an enemy, and then the Gyrocopter rolls up and pops his Rocket Barrage. Pretty much takes down the enemy to 0 very, very quickly. So I'm assuming they're going to go for a defensive tri-lane here with those two. And I can't imagine the keeper going into an offensive tri-lane either, so.
Phantom Lancer.
And we do see the Phantom Lancer come out. Phantom Lancer, Keep It Light, ridiculous combo. Um, Honestly, the Dire side might have wanted to counterpick that because this safe lane is going to be absolutely impossible to sit on. The Phantom Lancer can spear someone, and the Keeper of the Light can just keep mana flowing to the Phantom Lancer, which means that the Phantom Lancer pretty much has infinite spears every 7 seconds, at least at higher levels. And spears do a decent amount of damage, especially with the illusion that comes out afterwards. So, I mean, currently the draft is looking a little bit in favor of 410 of the Radiant side. But we'll see what happens in the bans now. I mean, I imagine they're going to be looking at banning out setup support, maybe a Bane, maybe they already took the Shadow Demon. They might ban out the Jackaro or anything along those lines. Um, Alternatively, they're gonna look to start banning out people that synergize with the Phantom Lancer and the Keeper of the Light in other ways, such as strong early game heroes, pushers, so that the Phantom Lancer gets an advantage. And yes, there's the setup stunner banned out, Rubik. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Bane banned out here or picked by the Dire side. The Dark Seer was banned out by the Radiant side, which is also pretty standard. Clockwork is an interesting ban. I don't necessarily agree with it because what is a Clockwork going to do against the safe lane farming Gyrocopter? Unless Nex is planning to run a offensive tri-lane here, which wouldn't be a bad idea because Phantom Lancer and Keep It Light, they do have a little bit of trouble early game. And we see a Jackaro banned out from the other side. Obviously, the Jackaro is a very good combination for the Shadow Demon and the Gyrocopter. Disruption into an ice path with the Gyrocopter sitting on top of it, rocket barraging, and on top of that, the added damage from the Jakiro that comes from his um, breaths and his liquid fire, depending on how people want to spec. It just helps solidify those kills. So instead, we see a Leshrac picked out. Still a good setup. Still a good combination for Shadow Demon. And obviously disruption into Split Earth. It's a pretty much guaranteed stun. But I do think this is going to be a defensive tri-lane since we have the Leshrac, because that will just allow them to push down the tower so much earlier, especially with the Shadow Demon disrupting the Gyrocopter for added damage, flak cannon.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, all those things, which again leads me to
5
question the
seconds
choice
remaining.
of the Clockwork as a ban, because what is a Clockwork going to do on an offlane against against this setup? Nothing. The Clockwork can't do anything against them. You cog the Gyrocopter, and you get rocket barraged. You cog the Leshrac, you get split earth. You cog the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon just disrupts himself, and then you get a split earth. It. If I were them, I would have banned something out that would help the the offlaner survive against the tri-lane, because it's already looking like a very solid tri-lane on the Radiant side. But maybe there's a plan in motion, so we'll see what the rest of the picks are. Now the Radiant side does seem to be taking its time with that third pick. They're probably looking at picking up a strong mid or offlaner right now, because they don't know because they know that there's no more bans coming out, and they know that there's not going to be any more supports counterpicked. So they know that they're going to be able to pick up the Bane next pick or the last pick or whatever other support they want, and that'll let them have a lot more time to react to what the offlaner that the dire side picks is. So I wouldn't be surprised to see something along the lines of a I don't even know what could they lane against the Shadow Demon, Leshrac, Gyrocopter, Trilane. The Darkseer's been banned out. Oh, and they go for a Disruptor as the last one for their tri-lane. Now this is interesting, because the static field works wonders, but it's difficult to set up against an offlaner. So now I can see it working. It's just not orthodox.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
But it does prevent the dire side from picking up a Puck or a Magnus for their offlane, which would both be relatively strong offlaners against this setup, in the sense that they could just sit back and just survive and get the levels and still be useful to their team. Because Magnus can give as good as he gets from the Phantom Lancer and harass a little bit and use his shockwave to get a bit of farm as well. And the Puck would have been able to just phase shift away from the spears that come out of the Phantom Lancer, which, counters out the Keeper the Light Phantom Lancer combo. And we're going into very, very deep reserve time here, so I think it's a case of neither team wanting to pick their offlaners first. But we do see a Bounty Hunter come out, which is again somebody who can relatively easily lane against the setup, because unless he gets caught in a static field, whenever the Phantom Lancer throws the spear, he can just go invis and avoid it. And he doesn't need money. He just needs experience until he hits level 6 and can start roaming and ganking.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And it looks like the Radiant side doesn't really know what to pick for the offlane either, because
Reserve time.
honestly,
10 seconds remaining.
the Clockwork's been banned, the Darkseer's been
5
banned, the Bounty
seconds
Hunter's been
remaining.
picked, and they have 2 seconds to pick, so we're gonna see what they pick now. They pick a Lone Druid.
Dire team ban.
I would not be surprised if we see the lone druid just go into the jungle shortly after attempting to lane, or just go immediately into the jungle from the get-go, because the lone druid can't hold up against the gyrocopter, shadow demon, and a Leshrac.
10 seconds remaining.
As soon as he gets anywhere near, close enough to even attack by himself,
5
he's going to
seconds
get
remaining.
disrupted into a split earth, into a kill. And his bear is just going to get harassed out
Reserve
to all
time.
hell. Especially early game. When it doesn't have that much HP, it doesn't have that much
10
armor.
seconds remaining.
And we're going to see what dire side bans. It's going to be a Queen of Pain. It looks like they're just going to be looking at banning out strong mids that can work against their setup. But then again, we'll see how the Radiant side responds. It's going to be a Magnus ban,
Dire team pick.
which would have been a good pick for the dire side. Because you have the Magnus RP into the call down, into a Soul Catcher and Split Earth, and things die.
Templar Assassin.
But they pick a Templar Assassin instead.
Radiant team
So,
pick.
I mean, I'm a little bit worried about dire side right now. They have very little team fight mechanics. They have 2 melees, practically melees. The Templar Assassin blinks in and uses his stealth, and the Disruptor can just put down the static field on him. And the Phantom Lancer can just chuck some
10
illusions in
seconds
there, and
remaining.
you can use your Keeper Blast and all that to
5
just
seconds
destroy him.
remaining.
Slog.
And they pick a Slark for mid versus Templar Assassin. This is going to be an interesting game. This is going to be a very interesting game, I think. We see 410 pick Slark, and that his forte is mid, so it's obviously going to be a Slark mid. Which I have not seen this combo this matchup before, so I can't comment on whether the Templar Assassin or the Slark is going to come out on top. But from an estimation, I actually think Slark might work very well against Templar Assassin because his Dark Pact cancels out the refraction, leaving Templar very, very, very vulnerable. And then we see Nim2, not seen him play before. Ayoka, not seen him play before. Smadback, nor have I seen him play before. But
5
it's pretty
seconds
obvious
remaining.
where they're going to lane, even without knowing that. Griffin does pick up the Gyrocopter, and he is a carry farmer, so we're going to see a safe lane farm here. And Harble's Herbal Tea,
Prepare
I like
for
that name,
battle.
picks up the Shadow Demon, and PFNK picks up Leshrac, with Arch going offlane. Bounty Hunter.
You're a fine acolyte.
I see a level 1 smoke being bought actually by the Leshrac. So we might actually see an early first blood attempt from the dire side. And the Shadow Demon picks one up as well. So are we going for... Are they going for... They're drawing on the map, saying to go around and try to gank them behind the tower, or something along those lines. But
30 seconds.
I'm not
to
sure how
battle.
well that's going to work. And they're not gathering up for the smoke. And I think this is a mistake. I think this is a big mistake. If they have the smoke in their inventories and they don't use it and they reveal it, then you're left without 200 gold of starting items. And you gain nothing from it. Now the bear has seen them and he's probably seen the smoke as well.
The battle
So
begins.
I think they lost that opportunity. PL gets Illusion Rune from level 1. Because he needs more illusions clearly. As I said, the lone druid is already rotating round to the jungle. He's just going to be jungling. They're going to leave the safe lane alone to farm. The bounty hunter is going to lane. There is an illusion here that can see what he's doing, and we see Nex on the Phantom Assassin against 410 on the Slark. So you're gonna go around and introduce the rest of the players while it's still
Don't
slow.
even think
We have,
about it.
as I said, Griffin on the safe lane farm gyrocopter. Horrible's Herbal Tea on the Shadow Demon. PFNK on the Leshrac, who's now roaming to mid to try to probably to put down a ward on the other side of the river. We have Nim2 on the jungling Lone Druid. Kiyono on the Disruptor. Smadback on the PL. And Eoka on the Keeper of the Light. And then we have Arch on the offlane Bounty Hunter. And of course we have 4-1-0 versus Nex in the mid lane. Lost hits wise, we're actually seeing Slark come out on top here. And you can see by the health as well. Although Slark is out of regen, and Nex can do a lot more harass here with that refraction shield. But, oh, and 4-1-0 goes very low, but he does have his potion, going to probably pop it now. Yep, there it is. Trying to get that level 6 as soon as possible. Now I'm wondering if he's going to try to go for a bottle, or if he's going to go just straight up into boots. Because I think he needs a bottle. I think Slark has a lot of mana issues. Oh, and we see some action, but they're pinging, so they know that he's there, but they have no detection. Oh, they have a sentry ward pop down now, but it's a little bit late. Slark is actually losing this lane relatively strongly. But he does have a bottle incoming. He did indeed buy a bottle. It's on the courier. So we're going to see how well that works out for him. They're rotating around to get the Bounty Hunter again. But again, they just don't get the vision up in time to do anything with this engagement. And the Disruptor doesn't find the static field. Slark picks up a haste rune and then gets his bottle, which I suppose he was forced into it. And now he can actually do a little bit of harass to get a little bit more dominance. And yeah, win back this lane a little bit. As I said, the Dark Pact just cancels out that refraction shield like immediately, which means that he does, like, if he plays his cards right, he can actually win against this Templar Assassin quite easily. But he does need to run rune control. He needs to make sure that he has all the he needs to make sure that he gets all the runes, that he has enough bottle charges to regen after harassment, because if you get hit by the Phantom Assassin, by the Templar Assassin, you're going to take a lot of damage. And we do see a couple of supports smoking in. There's the disruption. There's the split earth. Early though, Slark leaps away, but is it going to be enough to get him away? He's going into the other side's jungle, and they are in safe haven. So we might actually see the Slark die here. The split earth does come down and hits him. And 1-2 auto attacks, and the first blood is drawn by PFNK on the Leshrac. Slark goes down, relinquishes the middle lane. Meantime, Lone Druid is rotated around to get a little bit of farm up in the mid lane while the Slark's gone. But he's not going to be able to stay, not against the TA. Bottom lane is going as usual. We are actually seeing the Phantom Lancer lag behind the Gyrocopter a little bit in lost hits. The 24-10 and the 21-7. But it's nothing major. And the Slark is back in mid lane, but now with a little bit of support from the Lone Druid, who's just jungling away with his was just letting his bear take damage here in the jungle while he waits. He does have a resummon in 16 seconds. Templar Assassin has just picked up the double damage rune though, so this might go dangerously. I think the Bounty Hunter is rotating around to try to get a little gank up on the Lone Druid. But the Lone Druid, I think, sees the poof. No, he's still here. Tries to kill the bear for 300 gold. But I'm not sure if he's going to manage. And he will actually manage to. That's 300 gold fed to the Bounty Hunter. But the Druid does have a resummon immediately. He's going to just immediately go back to jungling, which is a mistake because the Bounty Hunter's here. The Bounty Hunter's still here, and he knows that he's still here. So he's just going to. This Bounty Hunter is just going to shut down this Lone Druid's farm entirely, just by hanging around in stealth, or even out of stealth in the moment. and just showing his presence and telling him, well, no, you can't farm here, not while I'm here. But the Templar Assassin is coming around as well. Coddle Blast is going to hit on a refraction, take down the refraction, but it's not enough. It's not going to deal damage, but they're not going to be able to chase. They're too fast and they're too far away. Templar Assassin now laying in wait for the Slark, but just misses the range for his first attack. And we're going to see everyone get out alive, actually, with the Bounty Hunter going into stealth, with the Templar Assassin just running away, popping up another refraction. So that could have been dangerous, but if the Templar Assassin had actually landed the first attack out of Meld. But unfortunately, it didn't. Now, what I do think should happen right now is I think these two supports should start roaming around, because nobody's contesting the gyrocopter on this lane. They have wards here. This one will probably need refreshing. They have another ward here, so they can see pretty much any movement towards this lane.
Radiant's middle tower.
So the
is under
gyrocopter can
attack.
sit here solo farming all day long without pulls. And in fact, if he doesn't get the pulls, he might even be able to take an early tower. But they are stacking up these camps for him. They are stacking up these camps, and hopefully he'll get a little bit of that farm. The Radiant, yeah, he's pushed up to the tower now. So I think that at least having two supports here is a little bit of a
Dire's
waste
top tower
at the moment.
is under attack.
The mid lane is going as usual. Slark does have level 6 now, so he can just go away and regen. But he is taking a lot of damage from the Templar Assassin. Meanwhile, the Bounty Hunter just continues to just harass this Lone Druid and slow down his farm. And now the Phantom Lancer finishes off his Tranquil Boots and has a Ring of Aquila. He is lagging behind quite significantly behind the Gyrocopter, but that is to be expected when the Gyrocopter has a free lane entirely. And the Lone Druid is just spending half his time just
Radiant's top
trying
tower
to
is under attack.
hit this Bounty Hunter, but the price for that is pretty big. The Bounty Hunter is only level 4 against the Lone Druid's level 6, and I mean that the Lone Druid is his direct rival. The Lone Druid was the one that would have gone to the off lane, and he's losing to him quite significantly. And the Lone Druid is getting a lot of farm, and you can see that the gold advantage is going pretty heavily in favor of the Radiant. If we open up the gold graph, it's actually equalized now, but it looks like more on this side. But we do see another engagement on the Slark, but the Slark does have a haste rune, so I don't think they're going to be able to kill him. The Templar trap goes down, but again, the haste rune cancels that out. Keeper of the Light comes around, and they're pinging on the Bounty Hunter. They know he's there, but they just don't find him in time. So everyone's going to back off, and it's a very back and forth game right now.
Middle tower is under attack.
And Slark just killed a Shadow Demon. And I think the Lone Druid had some accidental BM there, but I apologize as well. Apparently didn't manage to finish his word fuck.
Denied.
Do see another engagement at the top here. Slark has apparently jumped onto the Leshrac, and the Disruptor has come around to help. And he gets the kill off, but there is a sentry ward placed from the Radiance, from the Dire side. Slark is going to now try to put some pressure on the Gyrocopter. Coddle has taken middle lane. Lone Druid is still farming in the jungle, still getting his farm. Doing alright, doing pretty well. Almost matching the Templar Assassin's farm. And the PL is just farming away. It looks like the Lone Druid is going for phase boots on his bear. And tranquils on himself. It's a pretty standard build. Gonna TP to the top lane where there looks to be like they're gathering out for some kind of engagement. The Bounty Hunter's there. He's going to track this Slark now. Oh, he doesn't have track yet. He's not the right level yet. But the Lone Druid comes in. The Leshrac goes down. And so does the call down. And I think we're going to see the Lone Druid die now. His bear is going to go down, and so does the Lone Druid.
Dire's bottom tower.
Both kills going to the gyrocopter. We see them chasing the Keep the Light here as well. But the Disruptor's out of position, and is going to be bursted down by the Templar Assassin.
Death was a secret I could no longer hide.
So I believe that was 3 kills up there. 3 kills.
Dire's
For
top
the-
tower is under attack.
No, only 2 kills. 2 kills for the Dire side. And it looks like there might be a third now.
Dire's bottom tower.
The track goes down. The track goes down, but he manages to leap up the cliff, and he's probably going to get away. The bounty hunter is going to try to chase him down. Circles round. There's the Jinada. And if he can get another Jinada off and keep refreshing this track, he's going to manage to kill him. But there's
Dire's
2
bottom
seconds,
tower
and the
is
dust
under
goes down. But he is going to kill off the Slark,
Just business. Nothing personal.
and he's going to lead the others into the Templar Assassin on the Leshrac. But the Leshrac and the Bounty Hunter go down. 2 kills to the Radiant side in exchange for 1 Slark. A little bit of overextension, a little bit of greediness, but in fairness, he couldn't have known that the Lone Druid of all people was coming with a dust. And TA still hanging around in the Radiant jungle,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
but is going to get a fine.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Phantom Lancer now almost actually finished his Diffusal Blade at the 12-minute mark. Just needs about 300 more gold, and that's going to be big because as soon as your PL gets the Diffusal Blade, as soon as he gets enough levels that he has more than 2 illusions, he can start team fighting. He can start assisting in team
Radiant's
fights.
top tower
Until then,
is under
he can
attack.
throw in a couple spears, and that's about it. But the Disruptor gets caught out by a Split Earth, takes a few stacks of the Diabolic Edict. Slark decides to go back in on the Templar Assassin, and there's the Refraction come down, and the Dark Pact immediately cancels out. The Static Field and the ulti, the Static Storm, go down and kills off the Leshrac. And it looks like the Dire side is trying to back out, trying to fight a little bit. The Bounty Hunter is very low, gets pounced by the Slark because he goes in without stealth. Probably a little bit of misplay there. Probably thought he was still stealth, or thought the Slark wouldn't pounce. And honestly, the Radiant side comes away from that with 2 kills. Very comfortable 2 kills.
Radiant's top
The Bounty
tower
Hunter,
is under
Arch
attack.
asks whether it was a pounce because he doesn't know what actually happened. So, yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So, we are seeing the Radiant side looking quite far ahead right now. And if I'm not mistaken, the gold graph should show
Dire's
that.
bottom
Yeah.
tower is
It's
under attack.
over 2,000 gold in
Radiant's
favor,
middle
almost
tower
3,000
is
gold in
under
favor
attack.
of the Radiant side already. Over 3,000 experience. And
Radiant's top
quite honestly,
tower
it's
has
because they
been
moved
denied.
this Lone Druid into the jungle and let him farm here. Whereas the Bounty Hunter tried to stop him and couldn't get any farm and couldn't get any levels. We do see a disruption on the Slark. Slark goes down to the Split Earth and the Diabolic Edict. Call down goes down on top of the Keeper of the Light,
Dire's top
and
tower
another
is
kill
under
on the
attack.
Disruptor. So then they took back those 3 kills that they lost in the mid lane earlier. The Lone Druid is going to manage to TP out, bring his bear back with him. And they're still looking for him though. I don't think they saw him come out, but honestly, they could probably push this tower quite comfortably now. Oh, it's already down actually. I apologize for that. PL meantime farming away. PL is also taking down his tower. Has his diff blade up and running. Let's go through all the items quickly. Slark is looking relatively underfarmed at the moment with power treads, boots, and a bottle. We have 3 tranquil boots on the Radiant side. And we have a diff blade on the Phantom Lancer, and that's about it. The bear has phase boots. And they're going to try to take this tower down. It's quite low, and they should have no problem with it.
Dire's
That
structures
bear
are
demolish
fortified.
doing just so much damage. I mean, they do force a glyph out. Track goes down on the Slark. The call down goes down from the gyrocopter. Only hits the Lone Druid. Lone Druid gets disrupted into the Split Earth, into the rocket barrage, and he has so much health, but it's not enough. The Phantom Lancer, meanwhile, has killed off the Templar Assassin, has the double damage, has enough mana for a stealth and a spear. Not quite sure why he hasn't scaled up more juxtaposes, because this only allows him 2 illusions. But, regardless, he got the kill, he equalized it. And they took a tower in exchange as well. That was a good exchange for the Radiant side.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But I mean, the gold graph is just fluctuating. They might be looking to push this. They've already got the tier 2 on bottom down to 500 HP. Should be relatively easy to push it once they get a little bit of leeway. There's a haste rune up at the top. The disruptor is, but the disruptor is being seen by the wards. He's going to deward them, but the dire side do know he's there. And the Slark is going to pick up the rune, take down the TA trap, and then go see if he can find something top. But I think this is a little bit dangerous for him, because you see the three heroes just rotating up to top, 2 supports and a Templar Assassin. I think he should have waited with popping that haste.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But the top tower does go down
Dire's
under the
top
safety of the
tower has
Slark.
fallen.
So, good play, good play. Phantom Lancer just farming away, has 2,000 gold in bank. Wondering if he's gonna go straight for hard or if he's gonna try to get a Radiance first. But I reckon in this setup, with the amount of AoE nuking that they're gonna be up against, with between the Gyrocopter's call down and the Leshrac with his double nuke and the TA's side blades, I reckon the hard is probably the choice to make here. Get the survivability early on and build into something else. Because when you look at it, the Gyrocopter has a good chance of actually countering the PL if he gets his farm as well. If he gets to the point where he has a BKB and they manage to score a Roshan and he has an MKB and a Manta style or anything else with a little bit of survivability, and maybe a Satanic, it depends on how late the game goes, and he has an Aegis and he decides to go for the Rapier, then the PL won't be able to do anything against him. Now he does waste an ulti on the Slark. Slark is now trying to chase him down, but we are seeing 3 heroes rotating. Slark gets disrupted, gets soul catched, and the Split Earth comes down. Nope, the Edict comes down. Traps go down, he pops the wrong trap, and the Slark will manage to make it out alive, popping bottle charges. We see a Bounty Hunter rotating in as well. And we see the Disruptor and the Lone Druid here, but they are out of position a little bit. Slark comes back for more, looking to take down the Shadow Demon. Dark Pact goes down and he's going to take the Shadow Demon, and he's in stealth, but the wards will actually prevent the stealth from doing anything. He's going to leap away just out of the Split Earth, gets away with 1 kill,
Tower has fallen.
and is going to look at actually coming back for more again. Just unrelenting pressure on these people, and we do see two supports here to help him out. Going to deward so that he can actually use his skills to his full advantage and be able to regen everywhere. And we are seeing the Radiant side kind of dominate the field a little bit. That was that was an overextension by the Slark, but he managed to get out. He managed to get out because these 2 supports and the Lone Druid rotated in, distracted the other team long enough that he actually managed to like get out and kill the Shadow Demon. But apart from that, it's looking pretty even on farm and on kills. It just seems that like the Radiant side has a little bit more map control, a little bit more presence, a little bit more intimidation. The PL has actually decided to go for a Manta style, by the looks of it. Has his Yasha, has enough money for the ultimate orb, so I think he's just trying to build up for his last for the recipe before he actually spends all of it, because his inventory slots are
Radiant's
full at the
bottom
moment.
tower is under attack.
We're seeing a little bit of congregation here, but I don't think anything's going to come out of it. Although there are 4 heroes on the bottom lane. Bounty Hunter coming in, probably looking to get a kill on this Lone Druid. Probably going to see a track come out right now. Call down comes down as well. Track comes down. Jinada, but the Lone Druid just has so much health. It takes them a long time, but they do kill him. Slark has time to come in though, and Pounce and Dark Pact onto the Bounty Hunter. and nearly kill him, but the disruption comes out onto the split earth, onto a rocket barrage, and the bounty hunter actually gets out alive. And these two heroes will not have enough time to rotate around and finish him off. Gonna limp back to base while his team pushes down this tower. And I'm not sure what the Radiant side has an answer for this right now. And I gotta say, both teams, I mean, they're playing very well. I just said like 2 minutes ago that it looks like the Radiant side has a lot of map control, and they did have quite a lot of map control. But this one rotation has just shown has just shown them that the Dire side can also turn around and gank them when they're unawares. And I think that's exactly what they needed. And they have forced the four-man congregation on the bottom lane. And the Slark's coming in as well. I think they're going to look to kill off these two. And if they manage to kill these off, they're going to look at a push into the racks. Because without the gyrocopter, without the call down, I don't think there's much that can be done against this team. But the gyrocopter pops the BKB and gets away. Templar has now just picked up his blink dagger a little bit late, a little bit slow, but
Radiant's middle tower is
the
under attack.
Lone Druid is a little bit frustrated that the entangle from his barrel went down on the first hit on the gyrocopter. For a change, that was a bad thing because that just let the gyrocopter Black King bar away. Because you can pop the Black King bar while you're entangled, but you can't pop it. But it doesn't stop the entangles from happening after that. And PL's just pushing out a little bit with his illusions. Just to give him something to do. Meantime, he's just farming away at the creeps. Neutral creeps. Has his Manta style finished now. So we can definitely see some engagement from him. I do think it's a good pick, the Manta style, because it just lets him split push so much more. And it does give him that little bit of health, so that he survives the AoEs. It looks like the gyrocopter and the TA and the Leshrac are going to be looking at pushing down this tier 1. And I'm not sure, we're not going to see a defense from the... Oh, we are. The fortification goes down. Slark is in an invis room. He's building into a Shadowblade actually. Going to look at trying to kill that courier. Manages to kill the courier. Gets disrupted though. Split Earth comes down just in time, and they manage to kill off the Slark. And the gyrocopter is dominating. 4 kills to 0 deaths. Which means he's getting quite the farm. I see the glimpse go down on the TA to get him away. Couple of exchanges, but I don't think we're going to see any kills unless the disruption goes down on this disruptor. But yep, disruption comes down on the disruptor. Rocket barrage on the Keeper of the Light. Keeper of the Light goes down. Disruptor goes down. The PL is now in the fight. Gets tracked, so he can't go into stealth anymore. A little bit of blocking going on, so I'm not sure whether they'll have enough time to get to him. But the Jinada hits. He does get the armor reduction, but it looks like the bounty hunter has actually been abandoned. And the gyrocopter puts down a call down, but the PL hears it and gets out of it. Good game sense. And the Slark is looking to try to get that kill, but he's too far out. The Fusel Blade goes down on the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon will go down. And the Slark is just looking for more, looking for more. Is he going to find anything to leap onto? No. BKB goes down on the gyrocopter. Gyrocopter turns around to engage. The PL is out of mana. Slark just quickly trying to regen in the trees. Doesn't have a Shadow Blade yet. Can't engage properly. Gyrocopter is very low. Gets killed by the Slark. His Dark Pact. The Shrek pops his Ghost Scepter, but gets the Fusel Blade. Doesn't manage to run away. Slark misses a pounce on the Templar Assassin, and the game it just turns around. It's just turning around and around and around this game. And we see so much dominance. Such a solid initiation. Such a solid 3-person kill from the Dire side just there. And now the Radiant has managed to turn around and kill off the tier 2 in mid. And now they're going to try to get the tier 2 in top, which will be the last outer tower for them. And that's big. Because then there's nothing to stop the creeps from just walking up to the barracks at any point, and for them to actually try to break the racks at any point, especially when the PL can do it practically by himself with the Manta style, while the rest of the team just, you know, takes the attention of the dire side elsewhere. In fact, they might be looking at a little bit of harass, but it's going to be just the illusions coming in. The illusions coming in and getting killed off. But it looks like the Radiant side is looking to kill off Roche. And this will be big. If they manage to kill off Roche and get the PL the Aegis. No, it was just it must have just been the Slark suggesting that they try it. They don't go. Instead they just keep farming. Well, yeah, there's the gold advantage. That's 3 towers. 4 tower advantage, in fact. 4 tower advantage. And the PL being able to solo farm for a long time, while the gyrocopter did a little bit of ganking in mid game. As you can see, the lost hits, and the PL is 40 lost hits ahead. So, and the net worth, you see the PL with 2,000 gold. So that just manifests in this gold advantage of almost 10,000. And a 5,000 experience advantage as well. But it's not gone. We do see a smoke come down, and they try to gank this lone druid. Not sure whether the smoke was really necessary. He got cancelled immediately, but they do get the kill, so it's still worth it. They're probably going to try to rotate around to catch those 2 supports that are coming in now. 2 supports coming in through the dire jungle, but the keeper's out of mana. Doesn't even have enough mana to give himself mana. Nothing to invest in a big return. PL is just split pushing bottom. And the dire side is just going to be gathered up in the middle lane. The Slark might get caught out here. Bounty Hunter has track. Bounty Hunter gets the Jannat off, gets the Shuriken, but the PL is there to help him out. Split Earth goes down but doesn't hit anybody. Slark goes back into the fight but gets killed practically immediately. PL gets a kill in exchange on the Bounty Hunter. Call down goes down but doesn't accomplish much. We do see a disruption on the disruptor and he goes down. PL is looking for more though. PL is looking for more. He has the health, he has the mana, he has the Diff Blade. Split Earth again goes down on nobody. Spear goes out. Kills off the Leshrac. Trying to chase the Shadow Demon now. He needs an entangle. If he gets this entangle, the Shadow Demon will die. If not, Rocket's going down on the bear now. But he might die anyway. PL Spear finishes him off. It's 3 kills for the Radiant side. 3 kills for the Phantom Lancer. And now they're going to back off. And yeah, next is just commenting on the fact that the Lone Druid didn't manage to get an entangle off. Saying he's not Admiral Bulldog, who has such control over his bear that he actually manages to get very, very lucky and frequent entangles. Has to do with resummoning the bear to reset the timer. Do you see a call down go down? Take down the Slark very low. Bounty Hunter overextended and got killed, but they're looking to take down the Roche. Lone Druid's going to go in. Bounty Hunter buys back. Slark is just regenerating in there. And it looks like they might manage this, but the Gyrocopter does go in. The Gyrocopter does not, however, have his call down. There's not much they can do there. The Leshrac goes down. Leshrac goes down to the Lone Druid. But the Gyrocopter popped the BKB and is dealing a lot of damage. Templar Assassin helping him finish it off. Templar Assassin gets double killed. Disruption goes down on the Gyrocopter, saving him. And it looks like the Dire side actually won that by a long mile. And they're going to finish off the Roshan. And I'm not sure whether Gyrocopter's going back at this point, because the best person that can get the Aegis right now is the Gyrocopter. And they know that the Phantom Lancer is going to go back to base because he was on practically no HP. But the Phantom Lancer does have enough money now for his heart. Now, unfortunately, his courier is dead, so he's going to have to walk to that secret shop by himself to go get it. But instead, he's actually going to just wait for the courier to come up by the looks of it. And it was in fact the Templar Assassin that managed to get the Aegis. So, I mean, I really don't know which way. This is a very close game. This is a very close game. And if you look, like the dire side is getting their gold.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Their gold
attack.
advantage back. The experience is practically even. But it looks like the Radiant is
Radiant's
going to try
bottom
to
tower has fallen.
push down this mid racks. And I'm not sure if that's a good idea. If they actually do it. But no, they're just going to let the creeps attack a little bit. Now, the TA has just picked up a Desolator. Which means the TA is going to be incredibly dangerous. Slark finds a Shadow Demon. Gets disrupted but manages to get off the Dark Pact before the disruption. And the Dark Pact triggers anyway.
The bait.
Practically killing the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon being still tethered just needed one more last hit from the Slark to die. They do see the TA and the Gyrocopter gathering up. And it's this strange Shadowblade build from Slark that lets him scout out so well. And thinking about it, it's not actually that bad of an item, except for the fact that against this team you just know that there's going to be sentries up everywhere. Because you already have a stealther. You already have the Phantom Lancer who goes into stealth. And you already have Slark's ulti, which puts you into stealth. But it does force a lot of gold out of the supports. So I suppose it is worth it. And there's the PL finishing his heart now.
Is under attack.
So the PL is going to be very difficult to take down. Between his Manta style for the spells, and his heart, and his stealth, and the fact that you can't tell which one's real. And he still has 1.6k gold. So I imagine he was saving for the buyback. Just making sure that if he does somehow get killed, he's ready to come back up and to defend. Let's go through the items again. We see Slark on Shadowblade and some boots. Not very much. But we do see an engagement. The Keep of the Light is going to go down.
Secretly.
And they're going to try to take the bear now. The bear as well goes down with track gold going down as well. So this is what they needed. Aegis gets popped on the TA, but the call down goes down. The call down goes down and hits only the illusion on the second hit, only the PL on the first. Disruptor gets absolutely destroyed. Phantom Lancer just running away in stealth. And it looks like the Disruptor actually died because he was disconnected. So all in all, we are seeing the dire side make quite a big comeback. They are now up in kills significantly. The gold advantage is still a little bit in favor of the Radiant side, but I don't think this is actually updated entirely. So I think we're gonna see it dip even further in a second. And then of course we have actually practically even experience on both sides. It looks like the Disruptor's reconnected, so we're going to go back into this game. They aren't going to chase, I don't think, but the Slark is potentially looking for something. And just scouting out, just seeing what's up, and then going out. And it looks like they're going to try to make a push down mid lane. And honestly, I don't see what's going to stop them from taking this tier 2. They have a very push heavy, they have a very strong push lineup. Because, at least in the late game, because with the Gyrocopter's flat cannon, TA with Desolator and Psyblades, and Shadow Poison and the Diabolic Edict, you can take down a wave very, very quickly, in seconds. And the TA by himself needs approximately 2 attacks to take down a wave when he has Desolator. So it's not your classic push lineup. It's not your Kotl Nature's Prophet PL. But it does work very well for concentrated pushes. Take down 1 tower. Just trying to figure out what is actually happening, because this is the second time that he's DC'd now, so looks like he's back now, but so we're going to be going back into the game. And we are going to see this tower probably being pushed. But again, you have the keeper on the other side with his Coddle Blast, which just takes down a wave immediately. Bounty Hunter now picked up his Assault Cuirass. It's going to help the Gyrocopter and the TA quite significantly, especially synergized as well with the TA's other armor reductions. And it looks like there's a bit of a miscommunication there. The Shadow Demon imprisoned the Slark during the calldown, which means the Slark didn't actually take any damage from the calldown. And they're going around. They're trying to find this. They're trying to find the TA, but manages to pour it out. And to be honest, that was unfortunate. But all they lost is a Shadow Demon. Everyone else got out alright. It looks like the Radiant side might have actually been thinking about making a push in the mid lane, but the Lone Druid is at top, so it might just be split pushing.
Illusion!
And the cooldown goes down. The cooldown goes down and hits nobody but illusions. We do see both teams playing very passively on the whole. It's 36 minutes in, we haven't seen a single base break attempt, and the Radiant side does still have 3 towers up. And I think it's both of them trying to rely on their carry to out-carry the other carry, and I'm not sure whether that's going to work, because at the moment I'm not sure that's going to work for the Dire side, because at the moment the PL is 3,000 gold ahead of the Gyrocopter, because there's no pressure being put on him. He's 3,900 gold in the bank. 2,200 of that is reliable gold, which means he's not going to lose more than 1.7k even if he does feed at the moment, which is unlikely. And I imagine we're going to see, as the next item from the Phantom Lancer, probably a butterfly. Because with the Heart of Tarrasque giving his illusions to 2.5k HP, and the natural armor coming out, the fact that he has 8 illusions, it's just so incredibly difficult to take down that many illusions that just self-replicate when they also have a 30% chance of dodging. And we do see another pause come out from the Radiant side. And I imagine it's another problem with Kiyono. We are. It's actually unfortunate because we are seeing a bounty hunter going in here. She's going to take this haste rune,
Haste!
wait for stealth, and then maybe go in and look for something. But he doesn't have the stealth, so he's just going to back out. And like I said, just everybody playing very passively at the moment. Farming up, not taking risks. And PL does throw a spear in, gets tracked, but not going to be any engaged, I don't think. Roshan responds in 2 minutes though. And the next Roshan I think is going to be really, really big for this. Because I think the Aegis advantage is what these teams are looking for to make this push. We are seeing a potential fight here, but everyone's just going back and forth. Gyrocopter gets glimpsed, but BKB's out of it. Puts the call down in. Is going to kill off the Disruptor just immediately. But the PL is on the Gyrocopter. They do kill off the Lone Druid. PL is going down actually. PL goes down to the Bounty Hunter. The Slark is looking for this gyro. Gets purged. And is going to die. It's a 5-man wipe. 5-man wipe for the dire side. And this might be what they need. This might be what they need to base break. But the PL has bought back. The PL has bought back, but I don't know what he can do by himself.
Is under attack.
He's going to try to take the pressure off of the top tower, trying to mitigate the losses, but I don't think that they're going for it. They're going for tier 3 tower. They're going to try to base break, and I think they're going to manage. Yep. See, with the armor reduction from the Desolator and Diabolic Edict, towers just melt in front of this team, and we're going to see the Rosh come back up very, very shortly. And they didn't take a Rax, but they did take the tower, which means that the pushes on the middle lane are going to be a lot more. They're going to stick a lot harder. And Rosh is going to be up in 20 seconds. So I think this Rosh is going to determine the game. Slark managed to get the double damage, pounce onto the Templar Assassin. But the Templar Assassin is going to go into stealth. Bounty Hunter comes in, tracks the Slark. TA blinks out. Bounty manages to stealth. TA is going to probably die. Dust goes down, dies. The Bounty Hunter is also dusted, but he's going to manage to get away just because he had a little bit of a head start. And it's looking a little bit in favor of the Radiant side, taking the Aegis now. But and if they do, if they put an Aegis on the PL and they take him, yeah, they're pinging the Rosh now. They have vision thanks to the Psionic Trap from the TA. If they get this Aegis and they put it on the PL, I think we might see some racks. TA buys back. They know. They have this ward here. They saw it everything. And the Radiant side is just pinging away, going, oh, careful, they're coming. Slark is up here, trying to get some scouting up. Going to pounce on the Leshrac. Gets disrupted in the middle of a Split Earth. Split Earth doesn't hit because of the disruption. Leshrac is going to go down. Leshrac is going to go down. Then now they go on the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter pops BKB. No, they go for the Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter stealths, manages to get away. PL trying to kill the Gyrocopter. Static field goes down, but he managed to get out. PL very low. 50 HP. Gyrocopter kills off a Lone Druid. Track goes down on the Keeper of the Light. Keeper has nowhere to go, is going to die. That's a 4-for-1 trade for the in favor of the dire side. And here goes Roshan. They're going to take this Aegis, and I imagine they are going to win this game now. Templar Assassin takes the Aegis. And buys a BKB. Has the BKB flying in on the courier. That's big. It's big, big, big. And they're gonna go for this. If they don't, then No, and they're going back to this passive play. They have 6 minutes to make something happen, and they've won the last 2 team fights. They need to gather up, and they need to end this before PL gets butterfly. And that buyback has set him back, but oh, he's not going for butterfly. He's going for crystallis into a daedalus, just to get that extra damage out, just to make sure that when he engages, he's going to kill things too quickly for them to kill him. It's a risky strategy, but Slark getting caught out a little bit, but he does get tracked though. Has the Shadow Blade, but does get disrupted. Gonna get Split Earth. Nope. He leaps out and manages to get away. Support's coming in, putting down the static field. They're gonna look for counter kill, potentially. But they don't find it. They don't find it. And another pause goes down. Seems like someone else disconnected. I gotta say that the Dire side has swung this game to look very heavily in their favor. I would be very surprised if the Radiant manages to make a comeback. Then again, they have a Phantom Lancer. And Phantom Lancer is one of the heaviest carries in the game. But the Gyrocopter is probably the best hero against them, except Sven. I think they're going to try to make this push now. They're 5 in the middle lane. They're ready for this push. They have the Aegis. I think they have to. The tower's already down, so it's not going to be difficult for them to do it, and they can always fall back and just take the tier 2 bot. Otherwise. PL just throwing in some spears, harassing. We have a Disruptor and a Lone Druid smoked up here. The Lone Druid is not in his true form, which is very dangerous against a team that deals this much damage. I'm not sure why they're doing this. I think you just want to run through very quickly and get up on the high ground. Get the high ground advantage. But the tracks are going down on 3 people. They're slowly getting pushed back. The Radiant side. But they do glimpse a Bounty Hunter into the base. Call down goes down. Hits nobody. Keeper of the Light just goes down in 2 hits. And now the Gyrocopter is going to try to take down the Phantom Lancer. Track goes down, but it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. Bounty Hunter kills himself on the PL. But meantime, the racks are going down. Bounty Hunter buys back. 3 people from the Radiant side dead. 0 dead from the Dire. And they're going to leave and try to take a tier 2 now. They're going to rotate down to the tier 2 bot. Take it down. And continue as usual. And there's our racks. There's our first set of racks.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, the racks, the tier 2 is obviously going to go down. Now they might even, they still have the Aegis and it goes away in 2 minutes. They might even try to make another push. And they are trying to take the bottom racks as well, while the Lone Druid's dead for another 10 seconds. But no, they decide against it and leave. Bounty Hunter actually picking up a Battle Fury. Not sure why. I would have gone for an Orchid Malevolence. Against the Slark, against the Disruptor, Coddle. Especially against the PL. Tracks and Illusion. Sorely disappointed when it poofs. The Shrek's still playing the Diligence position 5. Ultimate Orb, Ghost Scepter, Boots. And this is on a team that's getting extra gold from the track. That's how much gold he's been spending on these wards. Shadow Demon on the other hand also has just a mech, just a wand, a stick even, not even a wand. And there's the Lone Druid being disrupted. Gyrocopter being focused down by the PL, but he's going to go down to some crits from the Templar, and so goes the Druid as well. And now they're going to try to make this push. I believe PL does not have a buyback. Yes, he does. And he buys back. I buy.
Kill all of us.
But that's all the buybacks for the Radiant side. The Lone Druid does not have a buyback. Financially. TA doesn't know that there's a Slark there. But just melds and manages to get away. It's gonna regen a little bit with her bottle now, probably. No runes up, so that's all the charges she's gonna get. And they need to go because the Aegis is going soon. The Aegis is going in less than 30 seconds. So they need to go and they need to put the Templar Assassin forward. Aegis is reclaimed in 5 seconds. They're not going to use it. They do take the tower, but they're not going to use the Aegis. TA blinks out. Illusion gets disrupted. Caudal Blast harasses a little bit, but neither side's willing to commit. Just fighting at range. Fighting at range. Do kill the bear though. And the ultimate and the static field and the static storm go down on top of the gyrocopter. PL comes in. Gyrocopter with Satanic just regenning. Calldown's going to go down. The PL will go down to the gyrocopter. Slark in the melee as well goes down. Disruptor melted in front of the TA. And the TA also finishes off the Caudal and almost gets the Lone Druid in the Fountain. This is GG, folks. There is no way the Radiant side is coming back from this. Very good game though. Very close for most of it. And there's the GG called. There's the GG called.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And honestly, just very good play from both sides, but especially those ganks that just allowed the Dire side to win this. And that combination of Shadow Demon and the Shrek. If any of the Radiant side just got a little bit out of position, that combination just made sure they died. And it was that little advantage that just got them enough to just propel them so high up, so far ahead, that they could just take down the Radiant side at every turn. This has been another cast from General Chekhov, signing out. This is my second cast, still as with the last one. Let me know how I did. Let me know if I've improved, if I've gotten worse. Second cast, so obviously there's going to be some mistakes. I apologize if there's any. But it was very, very enjoyable to watch this game, and I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. Thank you very much. General Chekhov, signing out.
410 entered channel.